Aloha! This is a Lift Efoil experience, and in today's video, I'm going to be shooting my 5-step lesson on how to ride an efoil, how to learn to ride an efoil from the water. It should be a lot of fun. My other videos are from the ground in our ground school. Today we're just going to take it to the water, see what we can do. It's a little windy today, but it's beautiful out, so we're going to make the most of what we got and enjoy the water together. All right, check it out. Now, first step that I teach all of my students is to get to a full trigger, pull it all the way down, and keep the board level on the water from a prone position with your body. So let's see if we can do that right now. You see that I'm level on the water. I'm in my prone position. I'm going to keep the nose level. As I pull this trigger down, the nose is going to want to come up. I'm going to use my body weight and shift it forward to get the board back down on the water. There we go. Full trigger, board level on the water is our first step. There we go. There's the trigger. Yeah, the nose has to come up. I gotta move my body forward. Okay, now I have a full trigger. The board's skimming across the water. Okay, once we get a full trigger pull on a low setting, I'm at a 3 out of 15 setting on our power. Once I get that full trigger set and I'm level on the water, I need to get to my knees, but I need to get my knees in front of the handle so we can keep the board on the water. So let's see if we can do step 1 and step 2. There we go, pulling the trigger. Little by little, a little bit faster. I gotta get up on the board, keep the board level. Trigger going almost all the way down. Okay, now I have a full trigger, so step 1. Board is level on the water. Now we're gonna get to our knees. Keep my elbows on the board. Bring my knees up. Keep my hands on the board. Get high on my knees. As long as my knees are in front of the handles, I should be fine. Now we can use our shoulders to turn. I tell my students, you put your arms out like you have wings. Kind of like that. Okay? That way you can use your shoulders to roll right and the front, the left and right. So there's 2 of the 5 steps. On our knees, full trigger, level board, staying on the water. Okay, so we got 2 of the 5 steps done. We're now going to go to the 3rd step, which is getting onto our feet. So step 1, get to a full trigger in a prone position and keep the board level on the water. Number 2, getting to our knees. Up on our knees, we want to make sure our knees are in front of the handles so that we keep the board on the water, still with the full trigger. And then step 3, which we'll do next, is going to be standing up. We start with the front foot, if we're flexible enough. Put the front foot high up on the deck. If you look here, I'm going to be putting my foot here in the front of that deck pad. Okay? If you don't have the flexibility to get your front foot up first, then you would use your back foot first. You want to put your back foot between the handles, right where I'm seated. Right between the handles where you want to put your back foot. No matter which foot you put up first, when you get that second foot on the board, you start to stand, you need to have most of your weight, I would say 70% of your weight, focused on your front foot. That ensures that you stay on the water and we do not go into the air before we're ready. So let's see if we can do this. All right? All right, here we go. Step 1. Get the trigger all the way down. As I accelerate, the nose comes up. I use my body weight to move forward. Get that board back down on the water, get that trigger all the way down. Once the trigger's all the way down, step 2, getting to our knees. Holding that trigger, keep our elbows on the board. Bring our knees up in front of the handle. See from the side there. Okay? Then I can get up on my hands and then high on my knees. Once I'm high on my knees, with a full trigger, it's easier to turn. Step 3, bring our front foot forward and attempt to stand. Here we go, so you get there with the camera. There's my front foot, my back foot. I'm leaning forward, forward, forward. Forward weight, keep the board on the water, okay? Then for safety, I always tell my students, bring their back foot forward in between the handles. And that way we can stand more upright with a shoulder wide stance. Right here in step 3, all we're trying to do is find balance, find our footing, and get our stance correct. A good stance is shoulder wide apart. And you might be your toes going across the rail. You might have your front toe towards the nose. Doesn't matter if you're off center or center, as long as you're comfortable and confident in your stance. Then we use our shoulders. Again, we make our wings with our arms. We can turn with our shoulders. A little right turn is a right roll of our shoulders. We come around. I still have a full trigger the whole time. I'm coming around. We can level out. We go with a left turn, we just roll our shoulders. And we put more pressure goes onto the back. Goes onto our heels, goes into that left rail. Alright, those are the first 3 steps. We've got 2 more to go. And we'll be foiling like a champ. Okay, we did steps 1, 2, and 3. We're about to go into steps 4 and 5. I'm going to explain both 4 and 5 now, and then do both steps on the next run. Step 3 is where we're on our feet and we're balanced and we feel comfortable in our turns. When we're comfortable with our turns, then we go to step 4. Step 4 is where we are going to start to get onto foil. We do a touch and go where we come onto foil and then onto water. And repeat that process to feel comfortable with that pitch control. Pitch control is all in the hips, where you slide your hips towards the back foot, let the board come up off the water, and then slide your hips towards the front foot, and as your hips come, let the board come back down to the water. Now we'll be step 4, which is touch and goes over and over again. I recommend 10 to 20 minimum, just so you feel comfortable in controlling the pitch up and the pitch down. The 5th step, final step, is to maintain foil. And that's just a matter of finding the right hip position, which is going to be more middle between your front and your back foot, so that your foil is level and your board is level and you maintain your flight above water. So again, step 4 would be touch and go, where we go up and down on the foil. Step 5 is going to be maintaining the foil nice and level across the water. Let's see if we can do all 5 steps here for you. All right, here we go. Step 1, full trigger with a level board in the prone position. We're still on a setting of 3 out of 15 on the power with a full trigger. Step 2, get onto our knees, bring our elbows down initially. On my knees in front of the handles. Maintain the board on the water. Step 3, get to our feet. I'm going to use my back foot first this time so you can see the difference. Okay, hands back down for balance, back foot between the handlebars, between the handles. Then, step forward with that front foot. If you look at my foot position, hopefully I capture this in the camera. My back foot are between the handles. My front foot is up in the front half of the deck pad. Okay, this ensures that we stay on the water. I still have a full trigger, pull on a setting of 3, and we're going to turn around. Go that the other way, we're going to go into step 4. Step 4 is going to be actually a 2-part movement. I'm going to have to move my stance back just a bit, and then shift my hips towards that back foot. I always encourage my students to do this on the water first. We do very small movements. We're not going to turn on the foil, we turn on the water only. Okay, here we go. I'll back on my feet. Hold on, pull trigger. And now I use my hips, slide back. Board comes off the water, and the hips will go forward, board comes back on the water. Get a different angle. Okay. Pull trigger, hips to the back. Board comes off the water, hips forward. board goes back onto the water. One more angle from the back. Pull trigger, straight line. Hips to the back. Board comes up. Hips forward. Board goes down. Very, very slight movement. Just step forward, going up and down, touch and go. Again, turn around here. I don't know if you can hear me with all this wind. Okay. Final step. Step 5. Stay on foil. From the front. Pull trigger. Straight line. Hips back. Board comes up. Hips forward a little bit. And I maintain a level board. Okay, we'll try that from another angle. Hips forward and go back to the water. Okay, from here, feel my hips are way forward on the front foot. Pull trigger still, hips backwards. Board comes up. And then hips forward a little bit. So I find a level board and the board stays above the water. One more time, go from the back side here. Hips forward, keeps me on the water. Turn around first. Again, turn on the water, don't turn on the foil. Okay, hips forward. Nice straight line. My hips go to the back, board comes up. I bring my hips forward a little bit. Find a level position. Now the board stays above the water. I'm on level foil. Still at full trigger, level 3. And now we just feel out the ride. It's very important that you relax. You don't wave your arm for balance. You don't push and pull with your toes. Don't do toe pressure and heel pressure. And try not to overthink it. This is very much a feeling activity. You need to sense the board, sense the water. The wind's in your face, sometimes it's at your back, and that changes everything as well. So being in tune with your surroundings is what's most important. And that way you have a nice, safe experience as you learn how to foil. I'm only at the setting of 3. I'm probably going 8 to 10 miles an hour. Alright, hope this helps. Any of you who are learning how to foil on the E-foil, I like to say E is for electric, because it is. My son says E is for easy. Aloha.
Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the